As for Jacksonville, they're 8-4, lost an opportunity to have the top seed in the AFC where things sit right now. Also now only a 1-game lead in the AFC South. They did sweep the Colts, split with Houston. Houston ends the season on the road in Indy. They're a 1.5-point dog at Cleveland this week. What do you think of that matchup now with Trevor Lawrence, a high ankle sprain? He's week to week. And Christian Kirk needs surgery for a core muscle injury, so he's going to miss some time.
Well, I think Cleveland, they left Los Angeles. They have to be just completely disappointed in how they played defensively. And they have to have a sense that, we didn't lose this game because we didn't have a quarterback. We lost this game because the one strength of our team wasn't very strong. And we got to get that back. And we got to get that back, and we got to play at a higher level. I mean, this was as bad as they've played in a long time. It's going back to the Colts game on the road. We know this. Cleveland is a better defensive team when they play at home. There's no question about that. It's pretty obvious. They can shut down really good offensive teams when they play at home. When they play on the road, it's not the same thing. I mean, Baltimore, struggled to move the football. They had 296 yards on them at home. Right? San Francisco had 215 total. That was a win game, right? The Arizona Cardinals with Clayton Tune at 58 yards. So it's been very challenging to move the football on them at home. But I'll say this, to me, with Jacksonville coming in, I don't know where they're going to be at left tackle. Robinson got hurt last night, so we got to see where they are. Not only is Lawrence hurt, Kirk's hurt, Robinson's hurt. There's a lot of guys hurt for the Jacksonville Jaguars. It's going to be tough to get off the mat. We know Jacksonville Lawrence particularly has played better on the road than he has at home. So that they're undefeated on the road. That's hard to stay undefeated on the road. But this Browns defense got humiliated last week. It really did. I mean, they had every chance to win that game. And if they just play a normal defense, if they play normally who they are and not give up 400 yards, they're going to beat the Rams, and they're going to be 8-4 as opposed to now being 7-5. I think this is a prideful game for them having to play them.
Yeah, it's been 7-5 and slipping. And also, just since this morning, the Jags were getting 1.5 points. They're now getting 3 because of those injuries. We still aren't sure about the quarterback situation for the Browns, but it's looking like Joe Flacco is in line to start again.
It's got to be Flacco.
So
they haven't gotten that good a quarterback play from anybody. I mean, let's be clear. Deshaun Watson didn't play as good as Flacco did the other night. I mean, really, let's be honest. I mean, Deshaun Watson hasn't played that good. Think about it, Stormy.
So that answers my question, because I was going to ask you, if Dorian Thompson-Robinson did clear protocol, do you think Joe Flacco should still start based on what we saw? Sounds like that's a no-brainer.
It's got to be Flacco. I mean, they threw for 240 yards. That's the most yards they've thrown all year, other than the second game of the season when they played Tennessee. I mean, they haven't come close to it, right? That was one of their best offensive performances. They had 20 first downs in the game. I mean, they moved the ball. They converted third downs. Now, it wasn't perfect, and, but he got the ball down. And Amari Cooper got hurt in the game.
Yep.
I mean, I thought it was by far the best quarterbacking game they got out of a quarterback in terms of how he played, right? Think about it. He got, he was able to make plays down the field. He threw the ball. Now, he didn't have all his receivers. His line still beat up. They didn't run the ball as effectively as you usually think they do. But I thought, to me, it's a no-brainer. They're going to play him again. Their feeling is, look, if we keep playing him, he'll just get better.
And 19 points on the board. The games that Dorian Thompson-Robinson started, 12 points, 10 points, and 3 points in that first start this season. But I don't like to count that one against the guy too much because he had such limited opportunity to prepare. But Flacco, 254 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. And, you talked about it. He made some throws. He moved when he needed to. Amari Cooper, you referenced, lost to a concussion in the second quarter. His status still TBD as well as it pertains to this week. But, Joe, I will just give you some advice, Joe Flacco. Don't stay too dialed in on Elijah Moore, okay? I know that he made a couple good plays, but just 4 catches on 12 targets. So it's okay to look at some other guys if you can.
Yeah, that's true.
Go to VSiN.com/subscribe to become a VSiN Pro subscriber today.